सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः, अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम्, अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः, तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Yes. We have summary of the previous class.
I understand.
Yes.
So we are seeing the 8 stages of Viveka, which are
Little
born.
louder.
So we are seeing 8 stages of Viveka.
You also had difficulty, hearing.
Yeah. But from there, nothing I can hear. It is clear.
A little louder.
So
now you have difficulty, or now you are.
Now, once I close my eyes and focus.
Okay. Then he is trying to speak very softly. Soft becomes little.
So we are seeing the 8 stages of Viveka, which are there for a Jignasu. And the first stage,
which are there for a Jignasu,
which would be there in yes, which would develop in a Jignasu one by one.
Correct. Yes. Otherwise, what will it mean?
Yes.
The Jignasu again has to go for 8 stages. That's not correct.
And there, the first stage was that Vishaya Sukham is Dukkham alone. Then we are seeing the second stage, where it is said that until there is connection with the body, the Dukkham cannot be completely removed. And with regard to that, the Granthakara explained that all the bodies, means Devata Sharira, Manushya Sharira and Pashu Sharira, all of them are a mixture of Punya and Papa, means result of Punya Papa, mixture of Punya and Papa. And after explaining that even this Devata Sharira is Mishra Karma Phalam, there a doubt regarding a particular Shruti Virodha can be raised. And that the Granthakara is saying that should not be raised. What is the Shruti? The Shruti in Brihadaranyaka occurs in the manner Punyam eva amum gacchati na havai devan papam gacchati. This Shruti comes in the Saptanna Brahmana.
What is it?
Saptanna Brahmana. And it is with regard to the Vartamana Prajapati, means the Jiva who is right now Prajapati. And there it is said that Prajapati has got identification with all the beings.
See here one thing, I think you said Vartaman Prajapati, based on Amum means Prajapati Pade Vartamanam. Based on that you said, no? But I wanted to clarify that Prajapati Pade Vartamanam has got the idea of anyone who is holding that position, not only present.
Yes.
But the way you said it gave the idea that only Vartaman Prajapati. It's not Vartaman Prajapati. Prajapati Pade Vartamanam. Slight difference, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Because what I mean to say, what Bhashyakara says is general.
Yes.
It is not only present.
Yes.
Anyone who is Vartamanam, who is present in the Prajapati position.
So Prajapati Pade Vartamanam Jivaha. So regarding that, the discussion is going on. So and there it is said that such Jiva will have identification with everyone. And thereby the question comes that when any other Jiva becomes Dukhi, then due to this identification, the Prajapati will become Dukhi. In fact, he will be Mahadukhi because he will have identification with everyone, and more or less most of the people are Dukhi. Then, in that case, this answer is given. Here, it is said, Punyam eva amum gacchati, means to this Jiva who is in the position of Prajapati, means to any Jiva who is in the position of Prajapati, Punyam means Punya phalam eva gacchati. Na havai devan papam gacchati. And indeed, papa phalam does not go to him. And here, devan refers to that Prajapati itself. And for that is the context in Brihadaranyaka. And here, the Granthakara is doing a different kind of interpretation based on what he wants to derive. And he is using some of the ingredients, and based on those ingredients he is coming to a conclusion. And the ingredients are generally used, and the conclusion is also the right conclusion as per Siddhanta. But the ingredients are not generally connected to the conclusion.
This conclusion.
Yes. And that is what he is doing. And that's why we can say that it is like Praudivadaha. Means the interpretation which is generally not given, but based on the strength of the Siddhanta, the interpretation is done right now. So what does the Granthakara say? Karmadikara yogyam shariram manusham eva na itarata devatiriyagadi shariram. So he is saying that the human body alone is fit to become the adhikari for doing karma, and not other, means not any other body in the form of devata, tiryak, etc. Ataha devata sharirena कृत पुण्या पुण्य फलम जन्मांतरे न तान गच्छति इत्यर्थः. Ityartha means Shrutyartha. This is the meaning of the Shruti. And what is it? The result of Punya and Apunya, which is done by the body in the form of Devata, that result does not go to that Jiva in the other birth. Natu tesham karma phala bhava matram iti. Means iti na shrutyartha. This is not the meaning of this particular shruti. And what is not the meaning? That for them, means for the devatas, there is complete absence of karma phala. Kim tarhi? Then what is the meaning? Deva sharirotpattehe prag janmani sharirantara kruta shubha shubha karma phalam deva jati sharire anubhuyate eva. So the result of the actions, and what kind of actions? Shubha and Ashubha, means the good and not good, which are done in another body, means in the Manushya Sharira. In the birth, means in the body, in the Manushya Sharira, in the birth before the rise of the body of Devata. That is, that phalam is indeed experienced in the body of Devata, in the body of the category, in the body which falls in the category of Devata. So by this, what the Granthakara is saying is that whatever Punya and Papa was done in the Manushya Sharira, that result is experienced when that Jiva gets the Devata Sharira. And Tasmad, therefore, Devadi Shariram api Mishra Karma Phalam eva. Therefore, this body of Devata also is the result of mixed karma, means Punya and Papa. And now the Granthakara shows that even the animal's bodies is Mishra Karma Phalam. Tiryak Pashu Pakshi Mrugadinam api Shariram Mishra Karma Phalam eva. Even the body of Tiryak, Pashu, Pakshi and Mruga, etc. are or is the result of Punya and Papa alone. And the Granthkara himself will say what is the meaning of Tiryagadi. Taihi anubhuyamana prachura dukkhanam papakarma phalatve api maithunadi janya sukhasya punya phalatva bhyupagamat. So in this sentence, the Granthakara is giving the reason that why this Sharira is also Punya Papa Karma Phalam. So it is said that even when there is status of being the result of Papa Karma on the part of excessive dukkhas which are experienced by them means by the animals, even then, since there is acceptance of the status of being punya phala on the part of the sukha which is born of the physical contact with the other gender, etc.
अच्छा ट्रांसलेट बट आइडिया क्या है उसका क्योंकि सिंपल वर्ड्स बताइए थोड़ा नीचे उतर के no you did exit on that's what I do but you have to tell now.
So here the Granthakara is saying that even though we say or it is seen that the Pashu have got dukkha and lot of dukkha, yes, and that dukkha is papa phala. That means that Pashu Sharira is a result is papa phala. Similarly, even by some actions they have got certain sukha and that sukha is punya phala. Therefore, the Pashu Sharira is punya papa phala. And now the explanation of Tiryagadi is given. Tiryak means Kitadi, insects, etc. Pashuhu Chatushpad, the four-legged beings, means the domestic animals. Pakshi Pakshabhyam Gaganachari, the one who roam in the sky through the wings, means the birds. Mrugaha Vyagradi, tiger, etc., means the wild animals. And the Granthakara gives a note. Kechana Pashu Pakshadinapi Tiryak iti achakshate. Means Kechana Vidvamsaha. Some learned people tell the birds, the animals, birds, etc., also as Tiryak, etc.
Tiryak, etc. Tiryak.
Yes, only Tiryak.
What is Tiryak?
Tiryak is the slant horizontal one.
Non-vertical.
Non-vertical.
Non-vertical, what is the idea conveyed?
He is not the one who is standing vertically like human.
Devatas.
Yes.
Okay.
Evam nikhalam api shariram punya karyam iti eva siddhantah. In this manner, the established conclusion is that all the bodies are the effect of punya and papam. Tathapi देवशरीरस्य पापोपसर्जनपुण्यातिशयजन्यत्वात् तदभिप्रायेण शास्त्रेषु देवशरीरं पुण्यफलम् इति उच्यते. And in this sentence, the Granthakara is making a point that even though we have said that Devata Sharira or all the Shariras are the Punya Papa Phalam, still why in Shastra it is said that Devata is Punya Shariram, Punya Phalam, Devata Sharira is Punya Phalam and Pashu Shariram is Papa Phalam. For that the Granthakara is giving the reason. Even then, since there is status of the body of Devata being born of excessive amount of Punya, for which the Papa is the secondary one, with that idea, in the Shastra, the body of Devata is called as Punya Phalam. This Devata Sharira is born when Punyam is excessive and Papam is very little. So by Pradhanyam, it is said that Deva Sharira is Punya Phalam. Ataha na atra virodha shankavakashaha. Therefore, with regard to this idea, there is no scope of doubt of contradiction. And now the example for that particular idea is given. यथा ब्राह्मणप्रचुरः ग्रामः ब्राह्मणग्रामः इति उच्यते एवं पुण्यातिशयफलत्वाद् देवशरीरं पुण्यस्य फलम् इति उपचर्यते न तु वस्तुतः. Just as the village which has got most number of brahmanas is called as the village of brahmanas. Similarly, the Devata Sharira, because of being the result of excessive amount of punya, is figuratively called as the result of punya, and it is not called in reality. In reality it is punya papa phalam eva, but because of pradhanyam, punya pradhanyam, deva shariram is called punya phalam. And the same idea is now told with regard to Pashu Sharira. Tiryagadi Shariram Punyopasarjana Papatishaya Phalam. And the body of Tiryag etc. is the result of excessive amount of Papa, for which the Punyam is the secondary one. And therefore, we can add here, and therefore this Pashu Sharira is called as Papa Phalam. And one note is made, Uttama Manushya Shariram Deva Sharira Samam Eva. And the body of the exalted human being is similar to the body of the Devata. Nicha Shariram Sarpadi Sharira Tulyam. And the lowly body means the body of the human being who has got lot of dukkha or lot of fights etc. is similar to the body of snake etc. Evam nikhilamapi shariram punya punya phalam eva. And thus all the bodies are the result of punya and apunya, means punya and papa alone. And now the Granthakara finally shows the Viveka which was told at the start. Ataha eva papa phalatvad dukkhasya sharira sambandha yavat tavat dukkakshayah na syat. Ataha eva, since all bodies are mishra karma phalam and dukkha is papa phalam, therefore until there is connection with the body, till that time the removal of dukkha would not happen.
Yes. So we are seeing the discriminative understanding of a person which takes place in stages. The conversion program from a person who is materialistic, non-spiritual, from that how he or she becomes Jignasu, becomes desirous of knowledge. Generally we call him spiritual. But spiritual has got his own connotation. So Puja Swamiji would avoid using this word. But for since we know the word, so how a materialistic person slowly will turn to be a Jignasu. From Artha Bhakta and Artharthi Bhakta, the Bhakta who is in distress and Bhakta who is desirous of material things, how that Bhakta becomes desirous of self-knowledge. Those that stages are given. And it is gradual. It's not that one day all 7 stages will happen. One stage may take years together. Even to discover the first one, that objective happiness, the happiness related to the objects is always fraught with dukkham, takes time. Because it is so enchanting that person ignores. The dukkha is okay, dukkha is there, but sukha is there. So Sukha is so much, looming large in the mind of a person that Dukkha, the price, he ignores. And also because he doesn't see any other option. He thinks that is how it would be. And therefore, he manages with it. But then Viveka comes that, oh, the price I am paying is much more than the reward I am getting. Means it is not a good investment. You understand that dukkha is so much involved. In gaining there is a dukkha, and even while experiencing in the back of my mind there is a dukkha, and after it goes away there is a dukkha. So that first Viveka comes. Then he understands that this dukkha would be there as long as the connection with the body is there. The identification with the body is there, this dukkha will be there. Why? Because Sharira is born of the punya and papa both. And since punyam is there, some sukha will be there. And papam is there, some dukkha will be there. So I cannot avoid dukkha completely as long as there is connection with the body. However much one tries, it will be there. And in that connection, he brought out this point that why Sharira Sambandha will bring about dukkha. Because every Sharira is a product of the Punya and Papa. And how is it so that he explained? First one, he did not explain about Manushya because he is well known. Every human being has got pleasure and pain. Therefore, it is the result of Punya Papa. This is an important aspect we understand here. That Sukha and Dukkha are because of Punya and Papa. Not that you have money, therefore you will have Sukha. According to our tradition, this having things is not a guarantee for Sukha. Because we see so many people who have got all comforts but they are miserable. They can't get sleep. They don't have this cheerful state. They have to cheer them up by drugs, etc. So comforts or some luxurious items, they don't give sukha. Somebody who is there in a small place, and still he may be happy bubbling. So Shastra emphasizes this point that sukha will be there when some punyam is there in your account. Then person may say, Swami, does it mean that we are helpless about sukha? Relative sukha also, are we helpless that so if punya is there in my account, it will be there, I will get happiness, otherwise not. To earn punya is in your hand. So earn punya is in your hand. But currency which will work for this sukha is dharma currency only. And you can earn it. And you earn it, some of them will be fructified in this life also. Sometimes agami karmas are also, the punya papa earned in this life also get fructified. And if not this life, other life it will be there. In fact, now you are enjoying sukha because of the punya you have done. It is not somebody's punya. But it is not like Bhagavan started, we give you some, when you were born, okay, some 10,000 punyam or something. It is not like that. You have earned it and from your account only it is given. And that punyam is fructified in the form of at least momentary sukha. And papam is there, there will be dukkha. And that is the case with all three types of body. Manushya, Deva and Tiryak. Manushya is having mixture, no contention. Deva is also having papam, that he had to establish. And there is some Shruti Vakya Virodha was there, that also was resolved in a very ingenious way. There is no like a logical tightness in that, but he managed it to answer that. In fact, yesterday I had discussion with one Swamiji. I said, without that also the whole idea would have been okay. Nachavachyam was not required. But he raised it and then since he has raised it, he has to answer it. And as I said, the ingredients he used all are what is called permissible ingredients. Conclusion he made based on that also is Siddhanta only. What is the conclusion? That Deva Shariram also is made up of this, are born of the Punya Papa. Only thing, they will have very little. Therefore, he will look like somebody is, most of the time you see him happy. Therefore, what you say, is a happy person. He doesn't have any problem. He doesn't have any problem means he has less problem. Or he has the problem which you don't see. That's all. That is the only meaning. There is no problem-free life. Even Devata Sharira, it will be there. Then Pashu Sharira, of course, Papam is there. That question will be opposite. That there only Papa Phalam is there. The Pashu Sharira, the body of animal is only Papam should be there. So Granthakara said, no, they also have Punya. So Devta has to have some Punya according to him, and these insects, etc., they have to have some Punya. Devata has to have some Papam, and these have to have some Punyam. So all are Mishra. And therefore, all three bodies, all the three categories of the body being result of mixture only, still based on the predominance, this Vyavahara is there. The Deva is Punyaphalam and Pashwadi is Papaphalam. But main point is, all have got Punyam and Papam. And therefore, Papam being there in everybody's account, therefore Dukkha cannot be completely removed. That is the main point. And that was the conclusion. Ataeva Papa Phalatvat Dukkhasya Sharira Sambandaha Yavat Tavat Dukkha Kshayaha Nasyat. Therefore alone means everybody being the result of the mixture of Punyam and Papa, and Dukkha is the result of Papa. Therefore, as long as the connection with the body, identification with the body is there, Dukkha Kshaya, the removal of Dukkha completely will not be there. Of course, when we hear this, without understanding completely, we may have this feeling, oh, does it mean that even a wise person who has connection with the body will not have Dukkha? His case will be discussed differently, and that is, he has got physical connection with the body, but he does not have this cognitive connection with the body, which is a mistake. An ignorant person identifies with this body mind sense complex because of his mistake, and that he does not do. Therefore, he is free from the Sukha and Dukkha at cognitive level. But even for a wise person, physical pleasure, pain would be there. For him or her, also we cannot avoid it. But he will not have Sukhitva, Dukhitva. See, there is a difference between Sukha, Dukkha and Sukhitva, Dukhitva. Means what? Even a wise person will have pleasure and pain, but he will not have conclusion. I am painful. I am having pain. I am pained. I am sorrowful. Or now I am happy. That type of conclusion is not there. So we should not be frightened of this statement that as long as the body connection is there, so long dukkha will be there. So what is the solution? We'll think, what? You die. You die so that there will not be problem. Then afterwards it will be said dying itself is not a solution. Why? When a person dies, then other karma is waiting. So death is not a solution. Death can be a comma, not full stop. So that will be clarified. So far, the twofold viveka, sarvam dukkham, sarva vaishekam sukham dukkham, and second is that as long as the identification with the body is there, so long this dukkha removal cannot be there completely. Now the next stage of viveka is presented. Tataha sarva sharirinam swasva shariram swasvarjita dharma dharma phala bhutam eva iti vivekaha utpadyate. Thereafter, after getting the viveka, discriminative understanding, as mentioned in the second stage, now third stage viveka is presented. That is the meaning of tataha. After getting the Viveka described in the second stage, another Viveka, another understanding is born. What is that? Sarva Sharirinam. For all jivas having the bodies, Swaswa Shariram, their own respective body, Swaswa Arjita Dharma Dharma Phalabhutam Eva. Everybody is the result, is in the form of the result of Punya and Papa, which one has acquired. So everybody's body is the result of the Punya and Papa one has acquired. Means what? It is not that you are getting this Punya Papa earned by somebody. Your parents did Punya and you inherited. There is no such thing. You reap the result of your own karmas, not anybody else. Not anybody else, or you don't have to suffer the Punya and Papa of others. So therefore it says Swaswa Arjita Dharma Phala Bhutam Eva. In short, everybody is the result of only Punya Papa, which was incidentally mentioned to develop the point. Here that is the main point. As long as the Punya Papa account is there, so long this Sarva Sharira Sambandha cannot be avoided. So that is said here. So everybody is just the result of Punya Papa which one has earned. And therefore from that what is the corollary? Vinatu Nishesha Dharma Dharmadi Nivrittim Na Atyantikataya Sharira Vinashaha Sambhavet. Vinatu, but without Nishesha Dharma Dharmadehi Nivritti, without the removal of Punya and Papa completely, without complete removal of Punya and Papa, Sharira Vinashaha, the destruction of the body. Here destruction of the body means destruction of or the removal of the connection with the body. Atyantikataya, completely, na sambhavet, would not be possible. So without removing the Punya Papa account completely, there cannot be complete removal of the connection with the body. Is it clear? Sharira Vinasha means Sharira Sambandha Vinasha. Without that, the complete removal of the body or complete removal of the Sharira Sambandha would not be possible. He is putting in a negative language. So without complete removal of Punya Papa account, complete removal of the Sharira Sambandha is not possible. Is it clear? Sharira Vinashaha na sambhavet. Atyantikataya, completely. Alright. Somebody say, but see, my prarabdha will be over when my life is over, lifespan is over, prarabdha is over, so body will be over. For that he says, prarabdha nashat adyatana sharira nashe api punaha sharirantaram prachina ananta koti janmarjita punya vashat jayeta eva. So that's what we said. The death of this body is not the end of the problem. He says prarabdha nashat. Because of the destruction or exhaustion rather, because of the exhaustion of prarabdha means what? The punya papa responsible for this life. When there is exhaustion of prarabdha, adyatana sharira nashe api. Even though there is destruction of the present body, when prarabdha is over, the present body is over. So some people ask, when do we die, Swamiji? A person dies when his prarabdha currency is over. Exactly like your cell phone. How long cell phone will work? Until you have the recharge, the balance is there. When balance is over, you are saying something, I am, and then you want to say coming or going, the person doesn't understand. Why? Because balance is over. Nowadays, with monthly plan, etc., we don't understand. Earlier, it used to be there. The currency is there, it doesn't, the currency is over. They will be giving warning. You have low balance, something they used to tell. Nowadays, that doesn't happen. They used to say, you have a very low balance, please recharge. If person doesn't hear that, over. So similarly, your prarabdha, currency is over, life is over. So we have got full clarity. When person dies, prarabdha currency is over. Only thing, how do I know how much prarabdha currency for this one? We 1, 2, 3 number also is there. 1, 2, 5 or some number is there. You can check your balance. There is number, no?
Yes,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Huh?
Star 1, 2, 3 has.
Yeah, that number is there. So you press that, then you will get this, that your this balance. But here, one we have, astrology is there. The astrologer can tell. They say it's a very complicated calculation. They can predict the death also. Of course, probability. This whole astrology is a science of probability. They can tell. And some people, they do calculation and they declare also. Sometimes it doesn't happen. They declare, I will die, and doesn't die also. That is a very embarrassing thing. Some people declare, I am going to die, and doesn't happen. Anyway, so that possibility is there, one can know. But it is better not to know. So unnecessary, you will be worried and people around you will be worried. Let it happen when it has to happen. But prarabdha nashat, adyatana sharira nashayapi, even though there is a destruction of the present body when there is destruction of prarabdha, still punaha sharirantaram jayeta eva. Again, another body will be born, definitely. There is a connection. Punaha sharirantaram jayeta eva. How? Why another body will be born? Can I not take a break? To Bhagwan we say, Bhagwan, how many bodies I took? Just give me a break. Like there is an expression, give me a break. So Bhagwan, if you say, he said no. Prachina ananta koti janmarjita punya vashat. Because of the force of punya and papa, which was acquired in ananta koti, means innumerable crores of births, prachina, earlier. So because of the force of punya and papa acquired in earlier innumerable crores of births. So Jiva has been there. This is a common question. No? When I was born first, there is a question. People are all curious, Then our answer is that you don't have first birth. This is a little bit difficult for people to digest. That I have been here. I have been there. Jiva is never born. Jiva is there. And people say, why everything is there, it has to have a beginning, no? And one Swamiji says that everything is there, therefore should have a beginning. This is a law you are making, no? When this law was born, Karya Karana is you are making, no? Karya Karana Sambandha. That Sambandha also is entity only. It's an entity. So you tell me when that was born. No, that is never born. It is there. So if that can be there, why not this? So this is thoda pani डालना पड़ता है. So to swallow this, like certain things we can swallow only we put water. So here we have to have water of Shraddha and water of some reasoning. Then only this will be digested. Because I want to find out when I started. You never started. You have been there all along. And my question is that what is the problem with that? In fact, if you accept the beginning, you will have more questions. Why did I start? So now your question is what? When did I start? And suppose I give some some answer, then you will ask what? Why did I start? And that cannot be answered. And therefore what? I never started. I have been here. You were there. Atvevaham jatunasam. So you were there, I was there, all of us are here. Okay. Sometimes we sleep, that's all. In Pralaya, we sleep. Again, we get up. Okay. So, Ananta Koti Janmarjita Punya Punya Vashadeva Punaha Sharirantaram Jayateva. Tasma. Therefore, Nishesha Karma Kshayam Antara. Antara means without complete exhaustion or removal of all karmas. Nishesha karma means all karma without any reminder. Kshaya, without the destruction of all karma, atyantika sharira nasha rupa moksha na sambhavati. The freedom in the form of complete cessation of the bodies or rather connection with the body is not possible. Without the complete destruction of all punya papa, your punya papa account when completely destroyed, then only it is possible. Without the complete exhaustion or complete, not exhaustion, complete removal of punya papa account, the freedom in the form of the destruction of the body or the body sambandha, complete destruction of the body is not possible. So freedom rupa in the form of atyantika sharira nasha, complete destruction of the body is not possible. Right? Punya papa account will keep on generating shariram body. So you don't have a choice over that. It will happen. So when punya papa account is gone, then only sharira nasha rupa moksha will happen. Alright. Now this is the third stage of viveka. What is the third stage of viveka? Until there is complete removal of punya papa account, the sambandha, association with body will not stop. And as long as sambandha with the body is there, dukkha will not stop. That's how it connects. As long as the sharira sambandha is there, dukkha will be there. And as long as punya papa is there, sharira sambandha is there. Alright. Now, how to get rid of this punya papa? For that, he follows one particular track. There can be another track also, we will see. But now he gives one line of thinking. He says, Punya punya hocha kshayaha naragadveshadi nivritti mantara gateta iti vivekaha tataha jayate. Punya punya hocha kshayaha. Complete, here we have to say nishesha kshayaha. Complete destruction of punya and papa na ghateta would not be possible antara without raga dveshadi. Raga likes or attachment, dvesha hatred, adi jealousy, etc. Without that, without the removal of raga dveshadi likes and dislikes, the complete cessation of punya will not happen. So dukkha will not go until the sharira sambandha goes. Sharira sambandha doesn't go, we can put it that way. So dukkha will not go as long as sharira sambandha is there. And sharira sambandha will there as long as punya papa is there. And punya papa will continue to be there as long as raga dveshas are there. So if you want to remove this punya papa account, then raga dveshas are to be removed. Okay, that's what he says. Punya punyocha kshayaha naraga dveshadi nivritti mantara gateta iti vivekaha. In this manner, vivekaha, discrimination or discriminative understanding, clear understanding, tataha jayate. Thereafter it is born. So viveka number 4th is, if I want to be free from punya papa account, I need to be free from raga dveshadi, likes and dislikes, attachment and hatred. Why? Why is it so? Because when I have likes and dislikes, I will definitely do karma. And if I do karma, punya papa will be born. And therefore, as long as raga dveshadis are there, punya papa cannot be avoided. And therefore what? Further he emphasizes this point in the next sentence. एतत् शरीरारंभक पुण्या पुण्ययोः भोगेन क्षये अपि रागद्वेषवशात् पुण्या पुण्य रूप कर्मांतरोत्पत्तिः स्यात्. He says, एतत् शरीर आरंभक पुण्या पुण्ययोः भोगेन क्षये अपि. Even though there is exhaustion of punya and papa, which are arambaka, which are the producer of this present body, and how punya papa are exhausted? Bhogena, by going through experiences. So by going through experiences of sukha and dukkha, you can exhaust the prarabdha which is responsible for this present body. But raga dvesha vashat, on account of raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, punya punya rupa karmantarotpatti syat. There will be rise of utpatti, rise of other karma, other punya karma, other karma in the form of punya and papa, raga dvesha vashat, on account of likes and dislikes. You cannot remain without that. Raga will make you get up. Dvesha will make you run away from, and in running away you may be hitting so many people. So this is bound to happen. So when raga dveshas are there, pravrutti nivrutti rupa karma will happen. Raga will make you run after something. To acquire that, you do so many karmas. Dvesha will make you run away from something, which will also make you do certain karmas. And they will create, most of them will create this punya and papa. So you cannot remain. Therefore, if you remember, we had seen that Mimamsaka is giving a plan that you can get zero balance. What do? You exhaust your prarabdha. Don't do any desire-based activity. Kamya karma you don't do. Vita karma you do, so that you will not have the pratyavaya papa. And so you will be able to exhaust your punya papa. So zero balance. So moksha. That doesn't happen. We have so many arguments against them, but this one of them is this, that one cannot remain without doing activities. Especially as a human being, remaining without karma generating punya papa is not possible. Alright. Tasmat nishesha raga dvesha nivritti mantara na ashesha karma kshayaha. Therefore means what? Even though you exhaust the present punya papa account, but still because of raga dvesha, again there will be karma, again there will be punya papa, and therefore nishesha raga dvesha nivritti mantara, without complete removal of raga dveshas, likes and dislikes, ashesha karma kshayaha, complete exhaustion of punya papa is not possible. Alright. Now the fifth viveka, the fourth viveka is, if I want to be free from punya papa account completely, I have to be completely free from raga dveshas. Raga means what? Going after something, inclination towards something. Dvesha means disinclination towards something, want to run away, running away tendency and running after. So inclination and disinclination, likes and dislikes, that is raga dvesha. And that has to go for this punya papa to go completely. Now, how to remove raga dveshas? That is said in the next sentence. Raga dveshaucha ishtanishta sadhanata jnana prayojyo iti tataha janati viveki. Tataha, thereafter, viveki janati, a discriminative person, a clear thinking person understands this. What he understands? Raga dvesho, likes and dislikes, prayojyo, caused, They are caused by what? Raga dvesho cha is there. So cheshta is not, okay? Cha ishta. Ishta anishta sadhanata jnana. The knowledge of something being the means for the desirable end is called ishta sadhanata jnana. Knowledge of something being the means for the desirable. What is desirable? Happiness, peace, security. So the idea that this person, this object, this situation will make me happy. This idea is called Ishta Sadhanata Jnana. Otherwise called Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi also it is called. Otherwise called Shobhana Dhyasaha. Superimposition of goodness. The world really does not give you pleasure, does not give you pain. It is neutral. But you superimposed the pleasure part on something or someone, and you superimpose the pain part on someone or something. It is like, Karela sabji. Karela doesn't have capacity to give you sukha or dukha. But some people have dukha. And some people love Karela. There are people who love Karela. I know one Swamiji likes Karela. Similarly, person. Somebody said this person, he is my whole world. Means he is a source of joy. And somebody hates him. All we are seeing. Every vegetable, some people like upma. Upma, no, either upma they cook. Some people don't like. Our pujari said upama kali dasasya. So upama means they don't like it. But there are people who love upma. We had some students in the course 14, 17, they love upma. When Swamiji said he loves upma, people don't give because upma is considered to be very, very ordinary thing. Swamiji has come, therefore we should not make upma. Swamiji said, but I like it, Really, he told he likes it. But generally people won't give because it's a very ordinary thing. But he likes. Ordinary things have their own beauty. What I am saying that Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi means this thing is the means for what I want. Person, object, situation. That idea is called Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi. Similarly, Dvesha, this Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi causes Raga. Raga means attachment. You hold on to the person. Why do you hold on to the person? Because of Ishta Sadhanata Jnana. Because of the idea that this person is the means for happiness. Similarly, what is Dvesha? Dvesha is something which is prayojya, caused by Anishta Sadhanata Buddhi. This person is the source of my dukkha, undesirable. That causes what? Hatred. And the samsara maya is such that few years ago or even sometime few months ago, with regard to that person, you had what? Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi. And therefore what? Raga. For that person, you can renounce everybody, parents, friends, all. I want to marry this person. Ishta Sadhanata Buddhi. Therefore, Raga is there. Means I look upon that person as a source of happiness. Therefore, attachment is there. And after a few months, what? Divorce. And sometimes not even divorce. They fight and somebody is killed also. That extent they go. Many love marriage cases, love marriage means the love had, then only we call love marriage. So they had love and then after a few months we hear that one person killed the other. You can see the height of Dvesha. So one who was the source and one who was looked upon as the source of happiness, Ishta, same person became the means for dukkha, Anishta. He said, moment when I think of that person, Swamiji, my BP goes up. So that is called Anishta Sadhanata Jnana. The knowledge, or not knowledge, idea of looking upon something as the means for dukkha, anishta, dukkha, undesirable dukkha. So ishta sadhanata is giving rise to raga, and anishta sadhanata jnanam gives rise to dvesha. That is said here, ishtaha rage, anishtaha anishte dveshaha cha. With regard to ishta, ishta means desirable, and here desirable means what? Ishta sadhanatvena pratiyamane ragaha. So that which is looking upon as the means for ishta, there is a raga, and anishte what? Dveshaha. There is a hatred towards what is looked upon as the source of undesirable dukkha. Sarva prani sadharano. See, raga and dvesha in the desirable and undesirable is common to all living beings. Even dogs have got likes and dislikes. They like certain things, they don't like certain things. Sarva prani sadharano. So they don't like certain things. They say something, some item, if you give, they will run away. Some good or something, not good, something, some items are there. They don't like me, they don't like. Alright. Tasmad. Some item, somebody had told me. Tasmad. Tasmad. Therefore, Ishtanishta sadhanata buddhi nivrutti mantara, without removal of this buddhi, the idea of something being the means for the desirable and something being the means for undesirable, without this idea, superimposition, moha, in fact is a moha, otherwise called shobhanadhyasaha, ashobhanadhyasaha. Without removal of this wrong notion of something being source of happiness, something being the source of unhappiness, without removing this idea, ragadveshau na nivartete. Ragadveshas will not go. So as long as I look upon something as source of joy, then raga will be there. I can suppress my raga for some time. That is possible. Raga will be there. And raga will generate this pravritti. And that will generate punya papa. That will generate sharira sambandha. That will generate dukkha. That connection is there. So viveki is understanding. Now, ishta sadhanata buddhi, anishta sadhanata buddhi, when they will be born, that is described in the next sentence, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Hari Om.